Hi, this is exercise number 22, Python arrays. Note that Python does not have a built-in support for arrays, but Python lists can be used instead. We have already covered Python lists, so this lesson should be very easy for you to understand and follow. Another note that this exercise will show you how to use lists as arrays. However, to work with array in Python, you will have to import a library like the NumPy library, and array are used to store multiple values in one single variable. For example, let's look at how to create list. Right? So in this example, we create an array containing car names. For example, so we have a variable list cars, and we assign the list Ford, Volvo, BMW to it. So now we will have a variable list cars that has the item Ford, Volvo, and BMW. All three items should be a string. So what is an array? An array is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. If you have a list of items, in this case a list of car names, for example, storing the cars in single variables could look like this. So we have variable car1, variable car2, variable car3, and each of these variables is assigned to a unique string that has the value Ford, Volvo, and BMW. However, what if you want to look through the cars and find a specific one? And what if you have not 3 cars but 300? This will become more taskful if you use individual individual variables that look like this. So this is very taskful actually. So one of the solution is to use an array. In our case, the array is a list. An array can hold many values under a single name, and you can access the values by referring to an index number. Like with our exercise, list in I think exercise number 12 here, item list. All right, so let's continue with Python array. Access the element of an array. You refer to an array element by referring to the index number. Okay, so get the value of the first array item. Previously, we have already created the list cars. Now, we want to assign that particular value to another variable x. So let me copy this and paste it here. This will actually assign the value of the first car inside the variable x. So if I print x, it should print the value of the first car, which is 4. You can also modify the value of the first array of item by assigning it to another string. In this case, I'm assigning the first list cars to Toyota, right? So if I print cell below, if I print x, it will still print out 4 because this assignment happens before the new value of the array item is assigned to the first array item. All right. So if I printed out cars 0, it has already been changed to Toyota. How if we want to check the length of the array? We can use the length method or function to return the length of an array, which is the number of the elements in that particular array. So in our case here, if we do this, it should print out the length of x, which is 3. Now, the length of an array is 1 more than the highest array index. Because the index starts at 0, so when the item of x is 3, so actually the last or the highest array index is 2. However, if we use the len function, it will return the another value higher than the highest array index, which is 3. You can also use for in loop to loop through the elements in the array. We have already done this exercise previously. So take this as a revision for your looping exercise. So in order to print each of the item in the cars array, we can use this. Right? So immediately it will loop through the cars and print each of the car that in the variable list cars. Notice that the first item in cars is already changed to Toyota because we have already assigned the first item in the cars with the new string Toyota. Adding array elements. You can always add more items or elements inside your list by using the append function. We have already done this in our previous exercise, so this should be very easy. So if I print cars, a new element or a new item in the list cars appeared at the last index. To remove an array element, we can use pop, or you can always use the remove function. So that you have two options, whether you can use pop by assigning the index and remove by assigning the value. So let's do it. Try it out. So pop will remove the second list. Print cars. So the second item in the list is removed because pop uses the index while remove uses the value. But we don't have Volvo anymore because it's already been removed. So I'll change this to BMW instead. And I will print. Okay. So the list remove method only remove the first occurrence of the specified value. If there's more than one occurrences of the item in the list, we only remove the first occurrences. Again, we have already done this exercise. This should be very easy for you to understand. So Python has a built-in method you can use on list arrays. Alright, so basically what we have already learned today is the same as the exercise that we did on Python list. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. By the way, you can try out the different method here with your list to see what's the difference of outcome that it may produce. Thank you very much.